Yes, sir.
Name of this joint is called Next to
I
Rap.
want to thank everybody for joining me today. I am your host, Rob Still, the one and only. This is what they call like-minded radio. I call it that. So, like-minded individuals, we're just going to be, talking a couple different things. I got my man Tragic in the building with me. We got a couple beers cracked, a couple shots taken. All right. Don't judge me. Tragic, what's up, man? What's going on with you? I know you've been following a couple things as far as the news and everything. You're pretty, you stay up to date with the topics of today's politics and just different shit, online and offline. What's up, man? What's new, yo? Like, break something down for us.
If you say so, I mean, I don't know if I necessarily say I'd stay up with the politics, man. To be honest, I try to stay away from that shit. But, I mean, to be honest, man, the other night, speaking of politics, I did actually catch some of that, the Republican debate, man.
Oh, you caught some of that?
I did, and
that circus act.
Yeah, as they say, man. Yo, this shit, I don't know if you peeped it, man, but to be honest, man, I really haven't seen much of that recently. You know what I'm saying? Like, but, I tuned in the other night, and, I'm looking at these people, Cruz and Sanders and, obviously Trump, you know what I'm saying? And, it just definitely looked like a circus, indeed, man. Like, I've seen some of this stuff in the past. I mean, in our age group, we've gone through a couple decades. We've gone through a couple eras where we've seen, these presidential races. And, I feel like at this point in my life, I've never seen anything like this. And I feel like even, older generations, people older than us can look and see like, yo, this shit is like, I feel like Donald Trump is like a perfect spitting image of the era that we're in right now, where it's about sensationalism. It's about, things that are trendy on social media.
You can go the farthest with it, you know what I'm saying? The showmanship.
The showmanship, what you mean? Like,
you know what I mean? Like someone like Donald Trump, like it's all about the fact that he's already famous. He's a celebrity. You got a good president like Obama, even him, and every other president before him. They were all just like pretty much celebrities. I mean, they made their moves and they did what they did, but a lot of it was them touring and just talking to people and being a celebrity figure. And I would say the highest celebrity figure would be the president of the United States. You know what I mean? He's the guy that everybody's just with their eye on him 24/7. You know what I mean? At this point.
okay.
That's just my opinion. And Donald Trump definitely represents that, to the fullest extent. He already had billions, and he already owned like half of New York City and Atlantic City, and like all this land and property that he's been the owner of the real estate of for a long time. You know what I mean? He pretty much bought his way, got so rich he bought his way into the presidential, election. You know what I'm saying? And he did it. He did it every other election, at least the last two, I believe. He was running for president.
So?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So this one seems he's just taking it a little more serious. Like he didn't back out.
It's crazy, man, because it's kind of like, obviously we pay attention to like, music, and it's just kind of like one of those things where like I see people that's like, if you know what a troll is, you know what a troll is, right?
Well, I hear that term loosely thrown around a lot. Why don't you break down the definition of what a troll is?
What a troll is? Well, basically, a troll. Let me see if I can give the correct definition, but I mean, a troll is like, it's pretty much. I think it originates from basically, online, what do you call it? Culture. But it's basically like a person who does something outlandish, says something outlandish, or does something that's attention grabbing or getting. They intentionally get under somebody's skin or say something outlandish in order to get a reaction from a person. You know what I'm saying? And they basically, a troll they basically thrive off the energy of that sensationalism. You know what I'm saying? So it's, for example, it's kind of like, you know, if you're on YouTube and I don't know, let's say you see something that's you know, that most general people can look at and I don't know, let's say it's all right, let's talk music, right?
Yeah, music.
So let's look at it and let's say, all right, boom. Let's say somebody posts what's something that's highly coveted? I don't know, Illmatic, right? On YouTube. I don't know if this is a good example or not. Let's say somebody posts Illmatic on YouTube, right? And then, you know, you'll have somebody who will come and they'll say something completely outlandish, right? Not everybody comes up in the Illmatic era, early 90s, right? But I think generally it's a respectable work of art. I mean, it's already deemed as a hip-hop classic, right? You know, not to say you... Anyway, so somebody might come and they just might say something completely stupid and outlandish, right? And, you know, everybody, YouTube comments is not really a serious place, you know what I'm saying? You know, some people will say, you know, some real talk, but there's a lot of people out there that will just say things specifically stupid just to get people's attention, you know what I'm saying?
That's what a troll is?
So that's basically what a troll is, you know what I'm saying? It's like where you look at somebody like they're stupid, you know what I mean? Battle rap, there's a battle rapper named Daylight who, he's like an infamously known troll, you know what I'm saying? And you know, he's like basically he's a talented battle rapper. You know what I'm saying? He's a talented rapper. He's nice lyrically. But, you know, he has this ideology where it's like, well, I'm nice, I'm spitting bars and I'm not getting attention. But if I go like dress up in a costume or do some crazy outlandish shit during the battle that's gonna like catch people's attention, the battle's gonna get a lot of views. So then he started doing all this crazy stupid shit just to get views in his battle instead of just rapping. So basically he's trolling the people to pay attention to him. And then, like, you know, once you get people paying attention, you could either use that energy, you know what I mean, towards, you know, positive or negative.
I mean, so it seemed like it worked. It worked.
It can work. It can work.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So getting back to it,
it's like a promotional marketing technique.
It could be. It's a
back.
fucked up way to promote.
It is.
But getting back to it, it's almost like, you know, not to say Donald Trump is completely a troll, you know what I'm saying? But the thing with that I feel like on that level, he might not even be smart enough to be a troll. He just kind of is just like one of those people who's just like, he's so sensational. He really be believing the shit that he says. You know what I'm saying? Even though the shit is like outlandish, how he does it. And, you know, the truth is, man, there's only but so many leaders out here. And Donald Trump is definitely a leader. I don't think he should lead the country. But there's, you know, he's a leader and he's strong and he's confident enough to be the person who he is. So, you know, obviously you're gonna have some people who's gonna follow him, and you know, this is America. This is a place that's born off of what? Capitalism and money, and you know what I'm saying? There it is, man.
I mean, he basically represents that to the fullest degree.
To the fullest.
I agree with that. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't know, you know, where Donald Trump came from. I mean, and besides, you know, his blatant racism and just like there's things he say that's like obvious. Like this dude is like nobody wants him as a morally. You know, like the president has to have some sort of like morality. People have, you know, I believe they have to be like stand-up Christians in today's, you know, world to be accepted as the president. They have to have a wife. They have to have like a certain image, you know, and to the American people. Donald Trump doesn't really represent that. He's blatantly like trying to kick out immigrants, you know, when immigrants is what started America. You know, this is what this, you know. America's built off of, you know, immigration.
Yeah, he's speaking.
You know what I mean?
He's speaking
Like,
heavy, man.
he's speaking a lot of stuff like that. But
is Trump
for
married?
in a lot of other ways, he does make like some good points. But you know, it's just real mixed in there with a lot of other bullshit. You know what I mean?
Is Trump married?
I believe he is married. Yeah, he has two kids.
was-
He has a bunch of kids. You know, whatever those kids' name, they were on his show, The Apprentice, for mad long. You know what I mean? I mean, Trump is Trump. You know,
You think he is married?
people have known him. He's been in the public eye. I don't recall if he's married or not. I believe he is. I just totally like forget. I know he's like some sort of a womanizer and has, but most presidents have been like that. You know, undercover. Except Bill Clinton. You know, he
That was in the public.
he was a pimp. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And JFK, you know what I mean? He was hitting up
Man,
Madonna.
all
I mean,
the presidents
they all been there,
one way
like,
or another, man.
even Lincoln, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they all getting it in, man, to some degree, man.
Nah,
Trust me,
but
they giving out that presidential, you know what I mean?
When it comes to like any of these people, like I would say presidents and celebrities, they all they all have like skeletons in their closet, like, you know what I'm saying? I believe a lot of the shit that they talk about on these like celebrity tabloids, you know what I'm saying? Like I truly believe that a lot of these things are real, you know what I mean? It's not to be taken lightly, at least. I mean, you look at a situation like Mr. Bill Cosby. That's been the big thing, right? You know what I'm saying? For a while now, everybody's talking about Bill Cosby and all these allegations. Now, some people are also saying that they're trying to throw his name and slander it, you know, under the bus because he was about to buy out NBC, or he attempted to in some way. And that may very well be true, and that's valid, that they do that. You know, just the fact that they're talking about this whole Bill Cosby thing for so long is obvious that, you know, people do bad things as celebrities like that all the time. They don't slander him. You got somebody like Charlie Sheen, like smoking crack right on stage in front of people, and like they didn't even like slander him. Yo, he was like, this dude was knowingly like having sex with women, you know what I'm saying, and guys, you know what I'm saying, when he knowingly had HIV. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, this dude right here.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But they're not slandering his name for some reason. They're not slandering his name, but they are slandering Bill Cosby's name for some reason. So obviously, people do bad things all the time as celebrities. They all have crazy amounts of skeletons in their closet. You know, some of you that may listen to Alex Jones, you may remember him doing a report.
I haven't heard too much of him recently. I haven't really tuned in.
Well, he's done some reports on a lot of the like the congressmen and the presidential the ex-presidents like Bush and Clinton.
Right.
And there's a lot of like, you know, supposedly there's a lot of like pedophilia going on, you know what I mean, in these higher like elites in their circles, you know what I'm saying? So it's not beyond the realm of possibility, man. These guys are super rich. They control like everything as far as like, you know, they have just like people at their fingertips like waiting to do whatever like they're bidding. You know what I mean? Even a guy like Bill Cosby, he's been such a high celebrity, a highly respected celebrity for such a long time. He doesn't even know how to act like a regular person anymore. You know what I'm saying? Back in the 70s, he was giving girls Quaaludes and stuff. That was probably the thing they did. They all probably did that. I really believe that. But for some reason, all these people are coming out now.
He doesn't know how to act like a celebrity anymore.
No, I'm saying he doesn't know how to act like a regular person. He's always been treated with a certain, like, just for example, these girls that are coming out now, all of a sudden, it's like trendy, or there's a reason why they're coming out. So these girls are coming out and saying that they were raped. But at the time, when they thought that Bill Cosby was like their ticket to stardom and success, they were in the whatever situation with him. They were in the situation. They chose to go into there. And whether, obviously, it's wrong that he may or may not have drugged them, You know, obviously that is wrong, but they're still in the situation like with him trying to you know hang out with this celebrity. They're willing to do whatever at the time. I guarantee you.
I mean,
like,
there's certain things
to try to get big. You know what I'm saying? Like that's.
I mean, there's certain things that I think are pretty clear as far as like with the Bill Cosby thing, man. And you know,
yeah,
we've been talking about this for a long time.
For a while,
like,
it's
you know what I'm
been
saying?
a while now, but it's still.
I mean, not you know, or people. I'll say people have been talking about this. I haven't,
and they still do.
But the thing is, like, if you notice recently, you know, obviously, you know, an easy way to keep track of things, man. Like, it's not the most accurate always, but looking at memes, you feel me? Looking at the memes that they got, you know what I'm saying? They do have a little. It's based on some truth, and you know, people are talking about, well, you know, now that these cases are getting dropped, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't really see a bunch of memes out there saying about how he's innocent. You know what I'm saying? You only see the memes talking about the negative stuff. So, like, basically, as, you know, he's walking through these cases and, you know what I mean, more time is going by, you're hearing less and less. You know what I mean? It's just more quiet. You know what I'm saying? When things are negative, that's when you hear more. But when things are, you know, working through in a positive way, you're gonna hear less. And that's kind of like what it seems like right now. It's kind of like, seems like what it's going through. You know, at the end of the day, you know, the fucked up part is like once your legacy is tarnished, your legacy is tarnished, you know what I mean? And that might be part of whoever's goal. But, you know, I guess we'll see where it goes, man. And it's just kind of one of those things, man. Like, this is the day and age that we're in. This is the culture we're in. Well, what I mean by that is, it's kind of like, well, whether you care about it or not, you know about it, and it's like now everybody's tuned in. This is like what we're paying attention to. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you know what I mean? Dude, everybody's paying attention to some degree, and I'm not gonna say like this stuff is not entertaining at all, but you know, it's just one of those things, man.
Well, I mean, that's the problem. I feel like it seems to be that these things are entertaining. You know, it's entertaining. People want to talk about it. They want to gossip. They want to spread that information. They want to find out the newest piece of information and tell their friends. And they want to feel like they're a part of it. You know
people live vicariously through other people.
Especially celebrities.
What people like to do, yeah. I mean, what people like to do is they love the negative. You know what I'm saying? They love the negative. They love looking at other people's fucked up situations. They love looking at other people's flaws. You know what I'm saying? They love looking at other people's mistakes and weaknesses. And, you know what I'm saying? They thrive off that energy. They just like to watch other people go through it. Not saying everybody's evil or whatever, but people just like to see other people go through those things. And as just part of it, the sensationalism. That's why, you know, a lot of that negativity sells. But it's interesting to me because, you know, I'm a person I'm involved in mass media, you know what I'm saying, in a few ways. And, you know, we both are, you know what I'm saying? But I'm involved in mass media. I'm potentially looking at getting, you know, work in different means and just, you know, keeping myself involved in the mix. So it's like, on one hand, it's like, all right, well, I'm in the mix of a lot of stuff and I want to know what's going on. But then on the other hand, it's kind of like, well, you know what? I don't be caring about half of this shit. You know what I'm saying? I just want to put my blinders on. And maybe this is part of just the artist way of thinking. As an artist, I'm like, you know what? A lot of this stuff I really don't care about, even though, you know, it's important to know about what's going on as an artist. You know, but a lot of times I just want to put my blinders on and say fuck everything that's going on and just pay, because a lot of this stuff is not that important. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it really doing, you know, for my regular life, day to day? But, you know, it's a balance.
I mean, is it uplifting you, most of the shit?
I think the thing is, because we spend so much time looking at other people's lives that it's like, you know what I'm saying? What about what we got going on personally? What about our own shit? And I think that's part of the problem sometimes, is that, you know what I'm saying, people spend so much time looking at these celebrities and looking at what these other artists, these other actors, actresses, and other people on TV. Let's watch how they're living life on reality TV. Let's pay attention to them. Let's look at their Instagram. Let's look at their situation. Let's follow them. Everything that they have to say. Oh, what's Kanye doing today? And on Twitter. And it's this, entertainment is good, and entertainment is entertainment. But I feel like maybe as a person who's a content producer and a creator, it's like you kind of need some of that energy for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's like as an individual who's creative, it's like you want to. I don't know. Maybe that's just part of it. You know what I'm saying? You need some of that energy because you want to put some energy out there yourself, and it's just a balance, man. You just want to have the right inspiration.
I mean, if you're paying so much attention to stuff, especially maybe like somebody else's downfall, you're putting out that. I'm a true believer of like karma, and whatever you want to call it is like definitely some truth to the philosophy behind it. You know what I'm saying? If you're thinking about somebody's negative doings and you're putting out that judgment towards somebody else's life, you know what I'm saying? You're putting out that negative energy already, just like judging them on it. You know what I'm saying? Like I might be sitting here thinking about Bill Cosby. I might not be that deep, but it might be that deep. You know what I'm saying?
I think that sometimes
you're thinking about something like that. You're putting that negative energy out. You're putting your own brain into more of a majority of a negative mind than it would be if you maybe would pay attention to something that was more, positive, or just something that could help you prosper in your life. Like paying attention to somebody like that, like I could kind of understand, but it is entertaining. You know what I'm saying? I can't say that I'm not a victim of getting intrigued by some of these crazy stories. Like, I found myself the other day. Looking up because I seen like a little meme or something about it, or a short story, probably like the beginning cover to an article about Will Smith's son. What's his name? Jayden Smith.
Jayden Smith.
He's been wearing like a lot of skirts and doing the whole transgender thing. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he's kind of like putting himself out there, with the whole movement and all that.
What movement is he part of? I mean, I know about Jayden Smith, a little something, man. And he's
basically,
to me, he seems like a. There's a couple things I seen recently, man. I mean, not to cut you off.
Nah, bro, go ahead.
I mean, there's a couple things I seen, and
he's been in the news. He's been recently trended.
I don't know how good I'm gonna be able to do this, but I'm trying my best to not really talk on certain things without being educated.
Yeah.
Some type of research, but. We all got opinions. We all, what I mean? Everybody makes comments, whatever. But, it gets deep, man. You know what I'm saying? The whole, wearing female clothing and being a model for female clothing, I'm like, well, I'm not really with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
That's not in my, you know what I'm saying?
Your world, yeah. You know what I mean?
Oh, shit.
Nah, real talk.
It's going to relate for somebody, but... I feel like, I'm the type of person that says, like, all right, man, whatever your gender is, your sexuality is, I feel like, all right, love is love. But if you are something, just come out there, say you are what you are.
Be honest.
Be honest and say what you stand for, or even if you don't stand for anything particular, just say what you are. You know what I mean? But I feel like a lot of times when it comes to that, it's like make a decision.
Make a decision.
Some people's not gonna like crazy. Some people's not gonna like this.
Of course, you gotta be real though.
But it's like the confusion. What I don't feel is the confusion when you're on a platform and you putting confusion. If you confuse yourself, okay, all right, that's one thing. But if you on a platform and you adding confusion out there to the world, you know what I'm saying? I don't think that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's a good example to show
to the people.
You know what I'm saying? That's like, how can you have pride in something that you're not even sure about yourself?
That's one. Yeah,
that's part of my belief.
Yeah, I mean, my problem with the whole thing, again, like, I'm not the type of person that would pass any type of judgment. I feel like your sexual orientation or however you feel you want to be considered or categorized, like that's up to you. But there are some facts, and I would say, like, physically, and a lot of people may not like this. Some of these newer trendy people, whatever. I'm just being real. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're like, I would say a gender is something that's like a fact. You know what I'm saying? That's a physical thing. You can't, unless you did something like surgically to change yourself, I feel like you can't really change your gender. I mean, even if you change your gender, like, you were still born with a certain type of chromosome You know what I mean?
Right.
Even though you changed it, surgically or whatever.
Right.
But that's not even my problem. That's cool. If somebody wants to do that, that's on them. People can do whatever the hell they want to do. You know what I'm saying? It gets real deep on that level. I'm not the type person to judge somebody like that. I got love for everybody. Whether I'm, you know what I mean? I'm a married man. I have a wife. I have kids.
So,
I live a certain lifestyle. I'm not trying to pass judgment on somebody that feels like they live a different lifestyle. But what I have a problem with is that these people do change their minds every day sometimes, and that's the thing. Like, there's a man, and there's a dude. He's like, I don't know, 40s or 50s, and all of a sudden he wanted to get he said he became a 6-year-old girl. Huh? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he started wearing little dresses and like walking around. Yo, look it up. I'm telling you. This guy, he's trying to say that this is his gender. He's now a female, and he wants to be identified as a 6-year-old girl. You know what I'm saying? That's where it gets weird to me. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. It gets a little crazy. And then people are uproaring. Like, oh, it's crazy. Like, why are you saying that's wrong? Like me saying what I'm saying right now, people will go against that. I already know. People will backlash someone like me for saying what I'm saying right now. But it's like, you know what, man? It's crazy.
Stand on it, man. If you want to stand for something, then stand for what you want to stand for, man. And that's real. That's real shit. And that's very interesting, man. Like, yo, I've gotten some real insightful experience. I say
that's it right there.
You know what I mean? Since I went back to school, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Go ahead.
And in one of my classes, you know what I mean? It's a media studies class, and we talk like very heavy about a lot of stuff that's going on within the LGBT community, representation in the media. And it gets to like some real heavy, not necessarily heavy, but, some very deep debates, you know what I'm saying? And, I'm learning a lot, I'll say, you know what I'm saying, as a person who's new to a lot of that cultural stuff. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I'm learning a lot, and it's a very mixed group of people in the class. And, you know what I'm saying, you learn a lot more from people when you are around those people, and when you get to have conversations and connect directly with people. You know what I mean? So I will say that as a fact. But, you're right. You know what I'm saying? I agree with you, you know what I'm saying, on that note. As far as certain things being a fact, there has to be certain guidelines, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of things, just because you believe something, it's not always true, something that you determine yourself as. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it comes down to.
And it does get to a very deep thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it gets very deep, super deep. But, the whole Jayden Smith thing, I'm not even sure where you were going with that, to be honest.
I mean, I was just mentioning that I fall victim to, like, you know what I mean, some of these stories, these entertainment stories. I was just admitting that I'm not,
Yo, it's provocative, man. It's provocative. It's entertaining. Some of it's funny. Some of it is, some of it makes you angry. Some of it makes you happy.
Some of it from it either.
It's real.
It's gonna hit you. It's gonna be there. You're gonna hear about it. I've had my time where I'm like, yo, none of this is important. I don't care about none of this. I'm just trying to help people, and nobody's trying to be like that around here in this whole like trendy world. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays,
trendy world,
whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Trendy
but
world.
You can't hide from it. I just want to like totally not even hear about none of this bullshit. But you can't hide from it.
You can't really hide from it. It's the world that we in, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. You gotta know what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
You do, you know what I mean? It's relevant.
You in the prime of your life, you gotta know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, you know what I mean? Just stand up and be a leader of your own, you know what I'm saying? Of your own right, man. You know what I'm saying? So, you gotta be informed. That's not the correct way to do that.
I keep thinking of the touchscreen. But yeah, man, you know what I mean? It's real interesting. It's a lot of things going on today, man. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays.
Indeed. For
taking
sure.
one step at a time, man. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if you caught any information or anything about the Grammys. The Grammys just went down, like, that just happened. But You know what I'm saying?
Did you watch it? It just happened?
I didn't watch it.
I wasn't
you know
even
what I'm
like up on it. Like, that's crazy.
Nah, I wasn't crazy on it. I mean, there's a couple of awards going on, you know, around this time of year. It's like award season, man. You know, that goes
I've
for
seen what the Emmys just went down.
Emmys,
Was it the Oscars? That was not too long ago, I believe.
Golden Globes, pretty sure just went by. The Oscars did not go down yet. The Oscars is this Sunday.
Oh, okay. Damn, that's another
So
one.
I'm gonna probably catch the Oscars. I'm gonna catch the Oscars. I missed pretty much everything else. I mean,
The Oscars hosted by Chris Rock?
The Oscars is hosted by Chris Rock.
That should be interesting.
Oscars. You know what the hashtag is for this event? I'm gonna give you a.
There's a hashtag
I'm
for
gonna give
the
you.
event.
All right, man. This guy's he's been out of the mix. This guy, matter of fact, man, I should do a whole rant on you. You know what I'm saying? Because you be like.
On me?
I'm about to come up with a nickname for you because you just be like in the, I don't know, the military bunker with like the shades down under a rock. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like,
that's the thing. For years, I haven't even had cable TV, so I don't watch like mainstream news like that. I look up information and I do see mainstream.
Let me tell you,
websites. You know what I'm saying?
let me tell you why this dude is one of the most purest hip hop motherfuckers in the world, right? He's so fucking pure, yo. He's fucking untouched. Like, he's not paying attention to shit that's going on around, like that's on the radio and all that. You know what I'm saying? He's still, yo. He's still on the vintage early like the shit that. It's crazy, man. It's like when you take something.
I just got this new Nas tape, man. You know what I mean?
This new Nas tape. He's talking about.
It's called I Am.
You have a tape? It's a cassette?
Yeah.
It's a cassette?
That's the new shit.
Oh, okay. That's dope, man. That's real good.
You know what I'm saying? Side A, side B.
Under a fucking rock, man. But anyway, yeah, the Oscars, man, is this Sunday. But yeah, so the hashtag. You know what the hashtag is?
Is that something like the old AT&T sign?
No,
think
that's
it is.
not what it is.
Yeah,
man.
the old AT&T sign. It's the tic-tac-toe. Tic-tac-toe.
Oh, is that what that is?
That's the hashtag, the old AT&T sign.
All right, I guess,
They used to
man.
say press pound, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a pound. It's a pound sign, man.
I got you.
Yeah, they've been using hashtags for some years
I
now.
know this, all right.
Right.
I mean, some people listening to this might not know about that. You know what I mean? They may be just.
Have you ever heard of Twitter
listening
before?
Is that like that? Is that like that smoke signal website?
Mm-hmm.
Native Americans.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that.
Yes.
I'm familiar with that.
That's where Native Americans donate to white people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but anyway.
Talk about turn the other cheek.
Right. Speaking of white people, so the hashtag Oscars so white.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Oscars so white. So, you know, I mean, that's an interesting topic right there. You know what I'm saying? The Oscars, and, you know, once again, it's like one of the things that, like, I kind of paid attention to with one ear, so to speak. But there's definitely, if you've missed some of the topic, you know, some of what's been going on with this topic, then you definitely must be under a rock. But I mean, pretty much,
Like what? Break it
you know,
something down.
Oscar
What do you know?
season, man, and you know, there's been a good amount of movies obviously come out this year, just like every year, man. And you know, just
There's some good ones.
so pretty much, man, you know, here we are once again, and it's like, you know, for the Oscar nominations for as far as best actors and, you know, supporting actors and everything. There's nobody black who's been nominated, you know what I'm saying, in any
Yeah,
category.
I've heard a couple things about
Yeah.
that. And people are kind of up in a roar about it. You know what I mean? Probably rightfully so, I'm sure. But when has the right people ever been nominated for any of these awards? A lot of times it's more about who had more commercial success, but not about who was the better artist or better actor, actress, you know, whatever you have. You know what I'm saying? It's not really about that. It's more like a popularity contest. Who's closer to the high-end Hollywood, you know, representative? I feel like those are the people that are gonna, you know, get the awards or be nominated for the awards. You know, for example, this is the example I always give: Leonardo DiCaprio.
Okay.
How many? Look it up right now. Look it up right now. How many Oscars did Leonardo DiCaprio win? And we all know his last
quite a few times.
10 years or like so, 10 to 20 years of Leonardo DiCaprio has been like the best. I would say hands down, like there's no other actor that's been like on his level. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, he's a beast. I mean,
he's a beast. Like here's to the series.
I think that's, to be honest. I mean, like we'll get to Leo in a sec.
Yeah, that's just an example.
He's obviously nominated right now, if you know or not.
Is he?
He's nominated right now for in the Best Actor category.
Bet you he won't win
for the movie The Revenant.
Okay.
Now, I'll get to that in a second. You know what I'm saying? Let me just talk. You know what I mean? It's my black people right here, right? Now, my first thought, right? You know, my first thought, and I haven't paid attention through the whole history of the Oscars and whatnot. But my first thought was, well, I mean, there's black people who have won Oscars before.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, and that's a fact. That's a fact. So that was my first thought was like, well, why talk about boycotting when it's like, well, it's not like we've never won Oscars before. You know what I'm saying?
Just been snubbed a lot of times.
So okay, I can understand that. You know, so that's my second thought. You know, my first thought is, well, we've won Oscars. My second thought is, well, how many times have we been snubbed? And related to that question is, well, who exactly got snubbed? Mm-hmm. Now, that's a whole topic and conversation within itself, and we can really get into that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I've been paying attention as deep enough to really fully go down through that list, but what I can do is name a couple people from this year. You know what I'm saying? And I can give my own opinions. I don't know which movies.
So who was it this year? What's
now
so far as you know?
Well, I mean, there's one movie that came out this year with Idris Elba. I think it was what's it called? Idris Elba, Beast of a Nation, is it?
He's a good actor, by the way. That's one of the. He's an English actor.
Idris Elba's a beast, man.
Everything he's been in. You know where I know him from?
Where do you know?
I know him as the asshole boss in The Office. He came in and fucked the whole shit up.
In The Office? That's how you know.
That's how I first knew him. Then I obviously saw him on a couple of days. You know what I mean? Well, but he's a good actor. He's definitely a good.
He just that's funny. That's funny because I've never seen him on The Office.
Yeah, it was a real quick role. He wasn't a main character, but he came in.
That's an interesting role.
Yeah.
He was an asshole boss.
Yeah, he was an asshole corporate boss.
It's hard for me to picture him on The Office, but
he still was serious. He wasn't the funny dude like everyone else on that show. He was like the asshole, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
he's that type of dude that he could play like a real serious role.
So one of the movies
good,
that I actually have not, you know what I'm saying, and I have not seen it yet. But Beast of a Nation, and that's like the main one that people were talking about for him getting snubbed for his Oscar.
Beast of a Nation?
Yeah. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So Beast of a Nation, that was a movie that just came out in 2015, you know what I'm saying, this year. And, that's a movie that was actually based in Africa. And, that's one of the, it definitely looked like a good flick, man. And, definitely has some political consciousness, you know what I'm saying, the meaning behind the movie. Obviously historical, you know what I'm saying, relating to real life, but that's one that people were saying to have been snubbed. And then let's just get to it, to be honest. Let's just get to it. Concussion. Will Smith, he came out with the movie Concussion,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you've seen that. And
whatever.
Yeah, basically.
Whatever it's about.
Yeah, I can break down what it's about. You know what I'm saying? So basically, Will Smith, he plays an African. You know what I'm saying? He plays the guy who basically went through the scientific research. Well, maybe not scientific, but he's pretty much a person in the medical field, and he was responsible for studying these people who have died with concussion. Basically, who died from, due to having concussion-related injuries and such, you know what I'm saying? So he was
from playing the sport.
That.
Exactly.
Yeah, so he kind of just went through a lot of shit with the NFL And that's, it was a good movie. I saw the movie. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, we know Will Smith is related to not related, but he's married to Jada Pinkett Smith.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And Jada Pinkett is basically the one who started this hashtag, or not even just a hashtag, but she started the movement of, she didn't start the hashtag, I don't think, but she basically started the idea of potentially boycotting the Oscars.
Okay.
That leads us into a whole conversation.
That does,
she put out a video. I don't know if you saw it or not, but that basically leads us into a place of, here we are, and she's trying to get people to stand up to say like, well, black people are not winning nothing. Maybe we shouldn't go to y'all awards because maybe y'all awards is not for us.
Doesn't represent. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Maybe they don't represent us. So maybe we shouldn't show up this time. So she's, obviously has a certain resentment. But
and that's
she also...
she's somebody that has experience in the field, you know what I mean? And
Jada Pinkett Smith.
I'm sure she's never gotten an Oscar, although she may have. I'm not sure, but I think I can safely assume that she's not been recognized by that Academy Awards.
The closest that Jada Pinkett Smith has gotten to an Oscar is being married to Will Smith.
Yeah, exactly.
Facts only. And I love Jada Pinkett Smith. I like her a lot.
I like her as an actress, and it seems like as a person, she's a good person.
She seems like
we don't know her personally, obviously.
I don't know her personally.
But
she
seems like a good person, positive.
She seems like a good person.
Exactly.
But the closest that she's gotten to an Oscar is Will Smith.
Yeah.
That's a fact. And some people are saying like, well, maybe she's only speaking out on this so strongly because Will Smith is the one who got snubbed, right?
That makes sense, and that's a little biased.
The movie Concussion.
That's a little biased.
She didn't say that, but people are saying that.
Okay. You never know. It gets so especially with the internet nowadays, once a story something goes viral like that, it gets mixed in
the
Watergates of the internet. You'll never know.
Here's my thing.
You know what I'm saying?
People. A lot of people. Not to overtalk a situation that's already been talked. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people have spoken on it. You know what I'm saying? The most interesting thing is still yet to happen, which is to actually watch the Oscars, and it could be either completely uninteresting or very, very interesting. Chris Rock is hosting, black host.
It's gonna make it interesting already.
Yeah, in a sense.
And Chris the fact Rock, that it's a whole thing with people boycotting it because of a racial thing.
I don't know.
Now you have Chris Rock, who is a highly prestigious, well-known
person in Hollywood, black
person in Hollywood. Let's just say it.
Black person in Hollywood.
You know what I'm saying? So it kind of gets crazy. Is he gonna say something about it? You know what I mean? I might just want to watch it just to see if he would mention the boycott or something along those lines.
Well, to be honest,
as the host, you know what I'm saying?
For the record, I don't know if anybody, to my research from what I've seen, I don't know if I've actually seen that anybody is actually going to be boycotting this. You know what I'm saying?
So
and
nobody followed, nobody gave a fuck.
That's a whole conversation within itself because some people are saying, well,
brainwash.
I heard somebody say something, well, yeah, how can you boycott something that you weren't invited to?
True.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of
it doesn't really matter.
A lot of people is not really invited to the Oscars like that. You know what I mean? It's only a very high.
But it could go farther than that. It could be as far as boycotting. You know how much ratings the Oscars get every year or every time that they hold this event? The ratings are crazy. It's it's a prime time Sunday night event.
I keep it
people all over the world, or all over America, probably all over the world, they're tuning in.
I'll keep it real, man.
You know what
certain people have spoken on this already, and it's kind of like this, man. There's a committee, the Academy, Academy of people, which the Academy is mostly made up of white men over the ages of 65. You know what I'm saying? So the Academy is a certain group of people, you know what I'm saying, who are making these choices and decisions, right? Alright, so that's that. We know that. That's one part of it, okay? There's a certain demographic of people making these choices and decisions. Next part of it is, you know what? This is me as a black person taking a look at the art. don't see every single thing that comes out, but you know what? I'm really paying attention now. I'm really trying to look across, analyze, and look and see everything that's out. Like I said, Beast of a Nation, it looked like a good movie. I didn't get to see it yet, but I said, you know what? I'm gonna make a goal to look at every movie that was nominated for an Oscar, and also everything else that I possibly could. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just looking at the content, the media that's out there, and the movies that's out there, and what it comes down to is like, you know what? Who really got snubbed? What really deserved an Oscar? What was really good enough to get in that category, whether you're black or white? You know what I'm saying? And another one, as far as in the black snub category, is the movie Compton, which actually kind of confused me.
That was a big movie though for the time when it came out this year or 2015, obviously. It was just one of those movies that was talked about a lot, still referenced. You know, it was a true story. It was definitely something. Right now I think a lot of things from the 90s are trending. As a couple years ago it was the 80s, I feel like, like with the fashion and the style, a lot of the 80s fashions and styles and some of the music was kind of cycling back around. Now it's been heavily influenced by the 90s music and just overall fashion, you know what I'm saying?
Right. It's a biopic, man. It's it's a biopic, and arguably it's one of the best music-based documentary-style movies to come out. It's not a documentary, but one of the most what is it? How do you say it? Basically, one of the best movies that's based on like rap or a rap career.
Okay, like a hip
come
hop
out type of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you saw it. Did you see it?
I actually haven't seen it. I'm not gonna lie.
But
But you can't take my word for it because I don't really watch movies.
So check it out.
I have to. I get bored.
I'll give you my. I'll give you my recap on it. I've seen a couple of these movies that are coming.
Nah, I'm gonna check it out though. I do want to watch it.
So check it out. Here's one of my things, man. Here's one of my things. You know what I mean? Speaking completely objective as a black person, man. Right? So I've heard some. First off, you can't take everything that you hear for literal, right? So we say people are talking about boycotting and want to boycott. We don't know that people actually are boycotting, right? We just hear people talking about that's number one.
The possibility of boycotting.
We hear people say, all right, Straight Outta Compton should have won an Oscar, can cut this movie, whatever that movie, right? And here's my thing, right? Do a little research. You know what I mean? The fact is that Straight Outta Compton was nominated for an Oscar. It is nominated for an Oscar. It's nominated for writing, original screenplay. It's in the category with 5 other movies. So the movie Straight Outta Compton is nominated for an Oscar, but the fact is the actors in the movie are not nominated for the Oscar.
Okay.
So that means no black actors are nominated for an Oscar, right? So that's kind of what it goes. That's part of the hype behind this topic. And
makes sense.
What I'll say, respectively, I'm like, you know what? I like the movie a lot. You know what I mean? I love hip hop. I went to see the movie. I love music. You know what I'm saying? To me, it's culturally important. NWA.
It is, story. And that's what makes me. And I've wanted to see it from the beginning. It's just I don't have time for movies that much.
So check it out.
But it is important. It's an important movie. You know what I mean, for the hip hop culture and everything like that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So here's, importance to me. It's culturally important to me, right? Straight Outta Compton.
Definitely.
And I say, all right, I like the movie, enjoyed it, and all that. But let's look at this for what it is, right? Black actors. I could name right now, if I wanted, who's the best actor, in my opinion, in Straight Outta Compton. But if you want me to say that anybody, matter of fact, the best actor in that movie deserves to be in the category of best actor for an Oscar, it's not Oscar worthy. It's not Oscar material. Like, you're in a category
I understand that.
with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not even going to say Matt Damon. Okay, Matt Damon. He's a highly esteemed actor.
Did he get it? Yeah.
He was nominated for leading role actor.
In The Martian. Is that what it was?
Yeah, I saw the movie. I wasn't really.
Honestly, I was interested in it, but I didn't watch it.
I was interested in it.
So you did watch it, and you
watched
disappointed? Is that?
No hate towards Matt Damon. Yo.
I like him as an actor. You know what I'm saying?
No hate towards Matt Damon at all. He seems like a really cool guy. Yeah. But the movie was not Oscar worthy to me, man. It wasn't Oscar worthy.
I could see that. I mean, after seeing like some of the reviews and stuff like that, I can kind of see that it didn't look as good as it originally looked to me. I'll tell you that much.
You know, I keep it real, man. Look, I didn't see the whole movie Trumbo, but I saw some of it. I watched it in and out. Who's that? Trumbo, it's a movie. It stars Bryan Cranston, and it's a movie.
Is that the dude from Breaking Bad?
It is the guy from Breaking Bad.
Malcolm in the Middle and all that. Yeah, okay.
Is he in Malcolm in the Middle?
Yeah, he's the dad. He's the dad in Malcolm in the Middle.
That's him.
He was hilarious in that role. He was fucking hilarious. No kidding. Yo, when he shaves his head in Breaking Bad, I feel like he changes to a whole new character. Like,
wow, I didn't even know the Breaking Bad dude was the same dude from Malcolm in the Middle.
That dude right there is a good actor. Like, nobody's messing with him.
Yo, he's a beast. He's a beast. I'm not gonna lie. My dad loves Breaking Bad, yo.
That's a good show.
I was better than most
movies.
I was trying to watch it. I didn't get into Breaking Bad.
Yeah, you didn't get into it?
I didn't get into it. So maybe that might be a fault of mine, man. That might be a weak spot.
He's one of my favorite actors out there.
Bryan Cranston. I'll say this, man. I caught some of Trumbo, and I'm going to watch the full movie, but I can tell that it's a very good movie. He basically plays a writer who comes up in the time frame of, I don't know, it's some years back, but it's basically around the time frame when they're like, what do you call it? They're accusing people of communism, and he's trying to speak on a lot of the corrupt bullshit that's going on in Hollywood at that time. As a writer, he's looking out for, minorities and just other people. He's a conscious writer, and it's pretty much about him and the shit that he's going through within, I guess, the Hollywood world. It definitely seems it's a very well put together movie. I can say that much. To me, it definitely looks like it's better than The Martian. Just a different type of flick.
I mean, the whole setup sounds like it's a better movie.
I'm just gonna personally say, I'm going off of the movies that I've seen. I didn't see all of the Oscar movies. I saw The Revenant. You know what I'm saying? Leo DiCaprio.
Okay, what's your opinion on that?
It's a very good movie. It's not my favorite movie, but Leonardo DiCaprio, it's Oscar worthy.
Yo, we need to do a whole another.
He killed the shit, dog.
I mean, I believe it. I mean, he's one of my favorite actors of today too.
I've seen the black movies that came out. All right, I didn't see Beast of a Nation. I saw Concussion. I saw Creed. I saw Straight Outta Compton. I like Creed a lot.
Yo, we need to do
you need to see Creed.
Yeah, I know. That's one of the movies I've been meaning to watch too. That's definitely one of them.
Creed is the shit.
Yo, so what's up with that dude? He was like involved with the Black Panthers or something like that. The actor of Creed.
Maybe you can tell me about that in a second.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
I mean, I gotta look it up and research.
I was just saying that I don't know. Tell me about that. But I was just saying, Creed is a dope movie. You know what I'm saying? Especially because it shows, it's very reflective of Philadelphia in this one. It's the most Philadelphia-based Rocky movie to come out so far, and then it's got Michael B. Jordan, who's a dope actor. It's a new twist. You know what I mean? Sylvester Stallone, he's back. And Sylvester Stallone is nominated for Best Supporting Actor. You know what I mean? The main actor of the movie is black, and he didn't get nominated for an actor. I mean, not an actor, an Oscar. So, it was a very good movie, and he was the main actor. But, in my opinion, it still wasn't as good as Leonardo DiCaprio. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, really? Okay.
So my thing is this, right? And I feel like that's a good example. You know what I mean? When you're going up for Oscar nominations, you know what I'm saying, and you're in that lead actor category, first off, shout out to Michael B. Jordan, because it's dope that he got that lead actor role in a Rocky movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
as a black man.
True.
You know what I'm saying? It was written very well. You know what I'm saying? I believe the director is black, but it was written very well.
What else was he in?
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, he was in something else.
He was in Fruitvale Station. He was in a couple other movies. He was
there was something else that
I mean, there's one. He was in a flop recently. He was in the Michael B. Jordan. He was in a flop recently. The Fantastic Four movie that just came out.
Maybe that's right. I know it.
I mean, that wasn't his first movie. But yeah, he was just in the Fantastic Four movie, and that was kind of a flop. And
yeah, it was.
I don't know if it was because of him, but I mean, it just was like my thing was.
It's not just gonna be a movie's not a flop because of one person.
No,
especially something like a Fantastic Four type movie.
I mean, well, it's not
a flop.
It's not gonna be a flop because of one person. I mean, for one, he's just an actor, but for two, I mean, I think everybody knows that Human Torch is not black though. You know what I'm saying? Historically, Human Torch is not black.
Yeah,
you can't just change
Hollywood has
like
messed
that.
up a lot of like characters like that and changed them to different races and different characteristics. Like it's happened a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's not.
Well,
normal that
anyway,
fuck something like that up. You know what I'm saying?
So like, yeah, I wanted to hear what you had to say about the movie Creed, but like, you know, my whole statement, it was just, you know, wrapping up about the Oscar topic. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it was a dope movie. He did very good in the movie. And you know what else I respect from Michael B. Jordan? I can't say that he was or wasn't Oscar worthy, to be honest, because I didn't see all of the movies.
Seems like a good actor.
I didn't see. I'm just objectively saying I didn't see all of the movies in the category. So if I saw all the movies in the you know what? I feel like Michael B. Jordan. Fuck it. He did a better job than Matt Damon. I feel like he did a better job than Matt Damon.
I believe that.
So you know what? If Matt Damon could get nominated for an Oscar, so could Michael B. Jordan, because he did. I feel like he did better than Matt Damon. You know what I'm saying? To me personally, you know, the movie just wasn't my personal preference, and I could give a synopsis of what happened in the movie. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty. You know, it's pretty simple. You know, I don't know if there's. I don't want to spoil it for you, but, you know, pretty much Matt Damon, you know, he's on Mars, stranded, and of course, he's the only person on the planet. So, you know, just picture Matt Damon on a planet all by himself.
So a lot of the movie is him by himself.
Yes.
That could get kind of boring.
You know, I don't want to give a spoiler. I don't want to call the movie. I'm not going to call the movie boring, but I'm just going to say. I'm just gonna say that, right?
Just say it.
So anyway, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, with that said, yeah, fuck it. Give it to Michael B. Jordan if we putting it on that scale. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, anywho, you know, interesting situations, man. Everybody's got their own subjective opinions and whatnot, man. You know, he was going up against some heavy competition as far as getting that Oscar, man. But you know, at the end of the day, I'm gonna give it to Leo. We'll see who actually does win on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? And you know, that's that, man. The actors.
And as far as the Black Panther situation, I'm gonna look a little more into that. I'm not exactly sure. I don't want to speak on it. You know what I mean? If I don't have full information. But it's just something I heard, you know what I mean? But yo, we're gonna have to wrap this up. It's hitting an hour now. Time definitely flies when you start diving into some of these topics with like-minded individuals.
It's life, man. You know.
Yeah, real talk. You know,
it's life, this entertainment, man.
Like-minded radio. This is pretty much what you're gonna get week by week when you hear the different episodes. We're gonna be somewhat random with it, but you know, consistent. So. I definitely want to try to get this out to as many people as possible, and
we try. I'm just, you know, hey, as many people as I can upset in a week, man. It's just, you know, it's a beautiful thing, man. So many people are gonna disagree with my opinions. And,
that's
you know,
the beauty of it.
And,
as far as I'm concerned, like if we all had the same opinion, we'd all be walking around with the same gray shirt and the same haircut. You know what I'm saying? Like we need to clash a little bit. Let's stir up a little controversy, and you know, and maybe we can all come to a consensus at the end and be better people, you know, than we were before. You know what I'm saying?
Do you expect to come to a consensus?
I mean, I guess that's too much. That means you know, we come to an agreement. We agree to disagree in some way, at least. You know, somehow at the end of this, we can all be better people. That's all I'm trying to say. You know what I mean?
You want to become a better person, man? Follow me on Twitter, man. Twitter.com/tragicdgc, man. That's how you can become a better person.
You know yes, sir.
Hit me up there.
And you can also hit me up at Rob Still, ROBBSTEEL, Twitter. We're all over Facebook. My man Tragic, Ill Street Entertainment, Ill Street Media. You know,
Facebook.
There's a lot of different things, man. Facebook.com/Ill Street Media. There you have it, folks. We out here. We're gonna be checking back with you momentarily, but till then, you know what I mean. Stay with a like mind, and we'll just keep it going from there.
Peace.
Peace.
Slow up on me, get big, then fold up on me. Now you sin again, but hold up, homie. We supposed to have accountants, along with an accountant. You hard to reach, I barely get you over counters. You like a drug, cause the country depend on you. From big tens to big bins, you keep a grin on you.